Okay, testing. Oh, okay. Let's jump right into this one. So, is the whole presentation up?
Yeah.
Time about to start. Are we all good? Okay. Thank you all for joining this special live stream. We're just working out a couple of the little kinks here, guys. I appreciate every single one of you that have taken some time to join us. I want to provide incredible value to everybody that's watching and listening today, meaning we want to promise and deliver on a couple things for you guys. So I'm really excited because we put a lot of thought and a lot of effort into how we're going to deliver this information to you for you to take action. We have an incredible special guest that's also going to be joining us on this call in a few minutes. And then at the end, we have an awesome bonus for everybody that joined today. So let me start by just bringing on my screen so we can essentially get this presentation going and for you guys to be better equipped in 2023. Now, the whole promise of this is how to replace your 9-to-5 by printing t-shirts from home and start making money with less than 7 days. Now, you see this press? It's beeping. It's ready for me to start working it. We're going to show you guys a little bit about what this training is all about, so I'm excited for it. But before we begin on everything, I want to just really get your commitment on something. And this thing is, essentially, I want you to commit to just taking the next 45 minutes to about an hour to fully be involved into this webinar, because this webinar is and this workshop is gonna essentially equip you for the next few months of your journey, whether you're wanting to print t-shirts for your own brand or whether you want to start printing t-shirts for other people in your community. This method and this model that we're showing to you guys is going to guarantee they're going to be able to start making money in about 7 days if you take action on it. So get ready, take your notes out, remove some distractions. You know, if you're currently in the middle of watching TV, just turn that TV off. If you're at work, you know, maybe request the next 30 minutes as a lunchtime or just go to the bathroom. I used to do that all the time when I used to work at AutoZone. I would actually just go to the bathroom and take about 20 minutes taking using the bathroom, but I was doing my work from the bathroom. So little trick for you guys if you're at work and you need some time. Promise you guys, we're going to have some fun with this. And I just need you to commit to being fully active and ready to really listen to what we have to share. Now, if maybe you know a little bit about me, maybe you've seen one of my videos, maybe you guys just landed on this and aren't sure about anything that we do here. I just want to give you guys some backstory and essentially just let you know what my mission and my intention is. All right. So my mission from the very beginning of starting anything, and especially the YouTube channel, was all about empowering 100 million entrepreneurs globally to build impactful and sustainable businesses from the ground up. Now, this is my goal, and we're going to reach it, and we want to do it together. So with this goal, that means that we have to think bigger. We have to empower more. We have to help you guys really be able to go out there, not just consume content, but go out there and take action on that content. So now, my promise to you, what I'm promising you today is I'm going to show you an easy and sustainable way to print t-shirts from home and how to sell them to an audience that's eager to purchase. And I call this the street crafted way. Now, with the system, you can start making money in as little as 7 days, and you could be on track to replace your 9-to-5. Now, look, a lot of times when people are starting up a brand or business, there's a big like misconception about, well, I need to have the money, or I need to do this full time in order for me to step away. But there's a process, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to share you how you can start taking that next step forward so you can actually replace your 9-to-5 a lot faster than you think it would. But there is still some work to do, guys. This is still some work on your end that you have to accomplish. We're just setting the path, making it so much easier for you to accomplish this. Now, in the last 30 days alone, now we just started sharing, we've been working the system for the last few months, but in the last 30 days, we just launched it. And in the last 30 days alone, the Street Crafter model has been used to secure sales ranging from $200 to $900 a day. Like just even today, just right now before the stream started, there was a couple $100 orders being made right here on this table and it was being delivered, and it was like $300, $400, $500 in like 20 minutes, literally, really quickly. So I'll show you how to essentially take this next step and become the supplier in your neighborhood. Now, this doesn't have to be something that you have to farm out. It could work for your clothing brand. It could work for a printing business. It could work for almost anything. Now, this business, like I'm mentioning, gives you the freedom, and you can do it and almost anybody can do it, right? So don't be intimidated if you don't understand about printing, you don't understand about anything regarding to business. This literally applies to anybody, whether you're a realtor, maybe you're a blogger, if you're still writing blogs, if you're an influencer, if you're a retail store owner, maybe you already have products that you're selling and you're buying them from somebody else. If you're a photographer, you can add this to as an incentive to increase your overall services. A videographer, you can now merchandise the rappers or the people that are in front of the camera. You can merchandise them. You can essentially create a new revenue stream for all the services that you're creating. If you're a warehouse employee and just working full time, how do you retrofit the people in the actual business? Or if you're a teacher, like, you can use this to help raise funds for your schools. If you're a military service member, we all know military people buy all kinds of unit shirts. If you're a military member right now, you know how much you're paying for shirts. You could literally make this work for you. Whether you're a full-time dad, mom, artist, just an OG hustler ready to make a side income, or a high school student that's just looking in order to start making some money to pay for college that's coming up. Or if you're an elementary school teacher, a professor, or even just somebody that's a union worker that wants to take on a new gig. Guys, this method and this model is for anyone and everyone. So don't think it's just for the people and just for people that understand clothing. We're going to help you in this workshop truly understand what you can do and how you can do it. And then we're going to be diving into some very special sales and marketing techniques as we bring our special guests on. So, can this work for you? Maybe you're watching right now and you're wondering, okay, well, John, you didn't list out, lawn care maintenance people, or you didn't list out this person, right? Okay, can this work for you? Maybe I didn't list out your occupation there and it doesn't relate to you. So this is a really easy test on verifying if this is going to work for you. You can make money with this business if you know somebody that needs t-shirts or shirts or hats, whether they are promotional, whether they're starting a clothing brand, whether it's just an event, or even if they just need uniforms or swag items for a sports team. I'm sure 99% of you guys know somebody that's in need of this. We buy t-shirts all the time, and we love to spend money on things that are personalized. So this printing t-shirt business is not complicated. And today, what you're going to learn how to do this without needing expensive equipment, without knowledge in the industry, without having the hard sell to your audience, and without having full designer technical skills. And more importantly, without having an existing customer base. We're going to be showing you how you could overcome all these obstacles and take the next step forward. So right now, I want to just take a quick moment and acknowledge everybody that's here. Type in the chat right now. Tell me why you're here. What is the reason that that this workshop really excited you? What would you like to take out of it? Because we want to answer your questions throughout this workshop. We want to acknowledge you for taking your time, and I want to be able to help you. So please, in the chat right now, let us know what you are here for today and what we can do to better serve you. And I think we have Cody and we have my wife Amanda behind the scenes. So I may or may not be able to see the chat. So if you guys can just pop in some things every once in a while, if it's related, and just definitely shout out the people that are joining us live today. Now, type in the chat what you're here for today so we can give you the best value and the best information. So Malik would like to scale her Etsy store and add to my income. Incredible. So she has an Etsy store. She wants to scale it. She wants to ramp it up and add to the income. Faith, thank you so much for joining us today. Faith, she started a t-shirt business. I want to find out how to go global with a t-shirt brand. Incredible. And Malik, thank you, bro. Donovan, chat is disabled. Guys, did we fix chat is disabled, or are we good? Are we good there? The chat is disabled for him. So Don Julio, I don't know, man. Is it the alcohol drink name?
I was going to say, might have been getting into his own product.
I think The chat is disabled, but I'm here to finally release my idea instead of dreaming by Salimsky. I'm sorry if I messed up that name, but the chat is disabled. We're going to fix it right now. Thank you guys for your attention to that. We're excited to start chatting it with everybody, just dropping your guys' questions. But
the chat is now available to everyone.
The chat is now live and available to everybody, guys. So that was a really good one. Thank you for sharing. So finally, I'm here to finally release my idea instead of just dreaming. Okay. The dream to the goals can sometimes be a little complicated. It could be like overwhelming, but we're here to I really just want to break through this clutter, give you no more excuses so you can start taking action, because action is where you start to learn. You can plan out as much as you want. You can have all these goals, but if you don't do anything, you'll never see anything come through. So that's really where we came up with this, right? When I was really working on this and I was figuring out, how are we going to launch not just the next educational product, not just another YouTube video. We were thinking about how do we transform the lives of everybody out there that has a dream right now, so they don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars making it happen. They don't have to invest into crazy equipment, even if it's something as simple as a heat press. You don't need this. Right? We wanted to really make entrepreneurship accessible to hundreds of millions of people around the world. And you today watching are getting a firsthand look into how that's going to be possible. So after consulting with hundreds of entrepreneurs, here's what we're doing. You could start with as little as $30 now. This is a risk-free way to prove that either your designs, your marketing, your business entrepreneurship expertise can actually give you and bring you in money before you just quit your job and try to just do it all out. And then you end up running into all these obstacles. We want to help you prove out your concepts and ideas and help you make money along the way. Now, the second is if you are selling to an eager market, right? So right now, a lot of times people will always ask me John, how do I sell more products, more of my brand? How do I do this? I'm not getting sales. A lot of times we're serving our customers designs that we like instead of asking them, hey, what would you like? And how can I serve you? If you could serve them, you now get them a personalized product. Maybe you collaborate your brand. We're going to be talking about ideas into how you could build your brand while also serving an audience's need. But just keep that in mind, guys. You're now serving a need that for people that are ready to buy. Like in the example that was just getting printed today, it was a little league sports team. People are buying club shirts for pickleball. They're buying all kinds of stuff every single day. People are changing teams weekly, and people need new merch, right? School shirts, there's 10,000 shirts being bought by a school every single year. Now multiply that by the hundreds or thousands of schools in the district. There's millions of shirts being printed every day, okay? So this is a market that's eager to buy. And best of all, this is the fastest return on investment in the planet, aside from selling, the other stuff that sells a lot faster here in Vegas sometimes. So it's a low cost and super high potential for profit, which makes this business model very lucrative. And best of all, you can do this from home. You don't need to go out and get an office space. You don't need to go out and try to find a big square footage to house all this equipment. You don't need anything other than just a table and a simple iron. And we're going to show you how you can start making money and then scale up. And that's what I'm so excited about this guest speaker that we're bringing on in a few minutes. So please make sure you're watching to the end, because we also have some incredible bonuses to share with you guys for everybody that is here watching today. Now, our agenda today. So the items that are on our list. Now, we're going to show you guys the Street Crafter model. Okay, we're going to reveal it for the very first time. The Street Crafter model is here, so you can start printing professional quality from home. Now, we're also going to show you how to easily find and close sale leads with win-win offers. Okay, how do you go out and find a lead, and how do you create the best offer to them so they can't say no? So you can close that sale and you can start taking steps to replacing your 9-to-5 job, which is the reason why 99% of you probably joined. Now, how to get paid and re-up on your supplies to double up on each order. We're going to be discussing those methods of what can you actually be making by doing this? What is your profit potential, and what can you really output? And more importantly, how to position yourself to become a distributor of customized products. We're going to be giving you guys the blueprint here, so you guys are ready to not just learn, but take action. So I hope you guys got some pen and paper. And once again, leave your questions in the chat because I'm excited to be diving into it with everybody. We have Pam, we got Nathaniel, Donovan, Z, JB, Asan, we got Malik, we got Carrie, and we got William Locke. So many of you guys, thank you all for joining us live on this call. I'm so excited to just be diving into this information with you guys now. So make sure, like I mentioned, make sure to stick around to the end because we have a special surprise for you guys. Very special, never been announced. You guys are going to be the first to hear this, and you're going to be the first to be able to take up on it. So let's start with a story of how this all started. All right, let's start with a story of what brought me here today and why this is so impactful and why I'm so passionate about bringing this to you. Now, John had a dream, right? John is me. Now, the house on the left over here is actually my grandma's house. I first visited, my parents are immigrants from Mexico. So it's not like I came from money or had any connections in even this country, right? It was literally a small family. It was 5 of us in an apartment, one bedroom apartment, 5 people living there. And the very first time that I went to Mexico, I was 6 years old. So I was about the age of this kid that's drinking, I want to say this is a little cup of glass milk. That's my older brother. That's me. That's my younger brother, my cousin, rest in peace, and my other cousin who's like a sister to me today. So I was about 6 years old, about the age of this picture, when I first went to Mexico. The very first time I ever went down there, I was so excited. We lived in a 1-bedroom apartment in the middle of in like one of the worst neighborhoods in Vegas in the 90s. And I'm a 6-year-old kid. I don't really know about what the hood is or what anything is. I'm just living life, playing hide and seek, getting lost. And then, by the cops come, everything, right? So I don't think anything of it. I go to Mexico, and now here I am in a little town in a house that looks like this with dirt floors. And I'm just seeing everybody knocking and selling stuff. And what they're selling is like, what they'll do is they would go, and they say, chayotes. And I was like, what's a chayote? And then I asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, what's a chayote? And she was like, oh, they're selling fruit. I was like, fruit? I opened the door, like, hey, would you like to buy some fruits and some vegetables? And I'm like, no, I'm good. So at 6 years old, I found out that commerce, right? Because before, when I was in America, I looked at these big box stores. I looked at the Walmarts, at the Kmarts, at these other vegetable selling places. And I just thought that stuff came from big businesses. But now I go to Mexico and I see that everybody's selling what is being purchased. There's individuals selling the things that you need to live your everyday life. So to me, that really imprinted early on that, wow, I can create something and sell it to somebody. And that happened at 6 years old, which I'm blessed for that experience in Mexico, because it definitely humbled me. When I came back to my bed in America and it was so soft and the pillow, I didn't care that I was sleeping in a closet. Like my bed was so small and it was stuffed into a closet because we had 5 people in 1 bedroom. I really didn't care about that because there was no bed at my grandma's house and I had to take cold showers because to heat up the water, I had to boil it with logs of fire. So it was awesome. Love America. Love the opportunity for entrepreneurship. And my dream was to one day own my own business. But at the age of 6, it seemed very far-fetched, right? So then my journey started out of college, actually out of high school. As soon as I graduated high school, that itch, right? That dream that I had that was planted subconsciously from the age of 6 that I knew I really want to start a business. I really want to own my brand. I want to design things. I want to manufacture. I want to put it into stores. I want to do X, Y, Z. It started at a very young age. So maybe you guys are feeling the same way. Maybe you've had a dream, you've had an idea for so long that it's just been itching and bothering you for so many years. And it's led you to line with me today to share my story, or maybe we can relate that way. But when I started my first business, it was out of high school and I was actually in college. And again, I had no idea how business would work. My idea was I'm going to go to school for 4 years, get my business degree. And then maybe by the time I'm 30, I'll have some money. I'll have 50 grand, 100 grand to start my business, because everybody says you need at least 100 grand to $1 million to launch a business successfully, right? And that was my idea. That was what I knew. That's what people would say whenever I tell them, hey, I want to start up a business. They're like, you're 19 years old and you don't know anything. Kid, just go to school. All right. That was literally my circle. So when I turned 19, I wrote up a plan, and I quickly found out that banks do not fund businesses. They don't fund business loans to new entrepreneurs, but they'll give you hundreds of thousands of dollars to be in debt in college. I don't know how that works out, but I found out as soon as I went to try to go get my first business loan. But then I also found out that they'll give you a personal loan if you're going to go buy a car or some asset that they might be able to collect on later. So I told them, hey, I want to buy a car. Can you give me $20,000? They approved me for $20,000 to buy a car. Now, instead of using it to buy the car, I started my first business. I created a business plan, and I realized I needed some money for fabrics. I needed some money for manufacturing. I needed some money for the printing. Like, there were so many logistics involved with creating a cut and sew garment. And the bags that you see right here on the left, these bags weren't meant to be solid colors like this. And the design had to change a little bit in order to accommodate a very important lesson I learned early on. When it comes to creating cut and sew products, when it comes to creating things that you design from scratch that now a manufacturer is going to go ahead and do for you, if it's something new and innovative and it's not really what the manufacturer specializes on, you're going to run into issues. Okay, that was the number one thing I ran into. So I put money down for fabrics. We put money down for printing. We put money down for sewing. Everything was in the production. The samples came out beautiful. The idea at the time was, can we make a customizable bag that you can replace pockets, change out seams, colors? You can match it to your sneakers, match it to your clothes. And we created a prototype, and it worked. When we went to production, it didn't work. So we quickly learned that now, hey, we either had to make a decision, and you always have to make decisions like this in life, guys. So if you're watching this right now, there's going to be decisions that you need to make before this call is over. And that decision is going to be, is it going to continue? Is the dream of you starting and owning a business going to continue to be a dream, or are you going to take the next step and help make it a reality? For me, when I found out that my manufacturing of products did not work out the way we wanted it to, we had issues with how they were going to change between like bag number 10 and bag number 50. It wasn't working like we designed it. So we had to make a decision. Either A, I'm going to scrap the $7,000 that I invested, that I had to put as a deposit for everything, or B, do I just close up the bags, make regular looking backpacks, which wasn't in our business plan. There was no plan B for me. And do I do that and then go out and sell these backpacks to students and just really focus on marketing, really focus on sales, really focus on relationships, right? So that was my option. I could either A, take a loss for the $7,000 and I have 13 grand still in my bank and I can go buy a used car or go do something else or maybe put my dream on hold, or do I just close it up, finish investing the 20 grand and launch this business? And that's what I did. And it took us through, it was a very expensive lesson for me, because it was expensive, not just financially, but it was expensive in time, in opportunities that were lost. You know, I could have probably been a banker or a lawyer today if I actually went to school, but I'm not. I'm here in the studio. There's incredible opportunities on the horizon and a beautiful family that I now have and incredible memories because of it, because this was a master's in business for me when I started this business out of college. It was, can we manufacture? Can we design? And we got better at it. We got a lot better. Then we finally won. One time we entered a competition, we won another 15 grand. So we would go out there, create products, sell them, do a business plan. There's so many opportunities to raise funding that's not just through investors and through sales. There's Kickstarter campaigns. There's all kinds of stuff that can fund your business. And we did all of them. We took action on all of them, and we raised funding and we sold product and we kept moving forward. There was a lot of lessons that we learned throughout this process, though. It was, like I said, it was an expensive startup. And I was actually very blessed that by the time that business was closing down, we had no debts on the book. We didn't know anybody. And it was incredible to be able to move forward on this new business that we had started during the early years of that business as well. So I've owned multiple companies, tried multiple ways. We've been doing all kinds of things. We've always been about learning, growing, progressing, and delivering extreme value to everybody that's a part of our community. And we were even featured on like Inc.com, all this press release. We created a basketball bag that actually made it to Steve Harvey, which was one of the first pictures. And this is a picture here of us. We actually, the funny thing about this picture here, the reason I added it is because this product line is an example of, if you have an idea, but you don't have the money, you don't have to take on debt to bring that idea to market. And that's what I'm really going to be showing you guys throughout this presentation. But I want to just share a quick story on this one. So this basketball bag, we designed it, we created it. We wanted it to fit the sneakers that kids wore for their outfits at school or for their everyday wear, right? We knew that people carry a basketball and they usually carry it under their arm. So we designed a bag that snug fit and that could clip on multiple ways. So you could wear your basketball instead of having to carry it or dribble it and lose it down the street. So what was really funny about this campaign is that we were actually filming a Kickstarter video, and Kickstarter allows you to essentially bring an idea to market, get people to support it by funding the idea. They are essentially pre-ordering it with an incentive to order more for you to be able to go to mass production. So for us, our goal to manufacture was 15 grand, right? We had to raise $15,000 in order for this product to go to market. So we went to a park because we were going to do a photo shoot. And at first, we were just going to do a photo shoot with one of the kids here, which is, I want to say is this kid. And we talked to his dad beforehand, and it was all good. We had a shoot set up with him. And then all these other kids were playing basketball, and they saw what we were doing. And we were like, hey, you guys want to be in this photo shoot? They're like, yeah, that's awesome. And we literally just gathered a bunch of kids, and we did a photo shoot. And then we had to go to their house and knock on doors and get the signed release forms, all that good stuff. But it's about taking action, right? So we didn't necessarily have 5 or 6 models, but we needed more people to show the bag in different ways. When you show up, things just happen. So along the way, I knew that there was a better way that nobody else was talking about. So I essentially went on a journey to share all that. And that's where YouTube comes in. So if you guys have seen my YouTube channel, we're essentially coming in up to like 400,000 subscribers right now. But it started with me realizing that nobody was sharing the information that I had learned 5-7 years before that, running into manufacturing issues, running into licensing, running into all this stuff. I encountered all those issues, and I spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars making those mistakes. That 99% of entrepreneurs in the world at that time were also spending hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars making those mistakes. And nobody just wanted to give this information for free. So what I did is I said, you know what, let me just share the knowledge that I have learned in order to help empower somebody else that might be in my position to take the next step. And I did that, and we had incredible success with it. We were invited to YouTube Next Up, which is like a closed camp and opportunity to really network with incredible YouTubers, learn all things YouTube. And, I think we met the CEO at the time. And then this is Becky G. So Becky G is here. I don't know if you guys know who she is, but she's a pop artist and she's also an actor. At the time, I only knew her as the Yellow Power Ranger. I was like, oh, Becky G, that's the Yellow Power Ranger. And everyone was surprised that I didn't know who she was, but she wasn't that big and famous as she is now. But she's super cool. She's awesome. So I went on this journey of sharing things, and things just started to connect. Right, we started to bring value to it. A lot of time flew by, right? So from the first time I started my business to now, I think we're going on 13, maybe 14 years from my first business to where I am today. And over that time, I've been able to travel the world. I've been able to connect globally with big corporations and incredible businesses that are really expanding all over the world. And I even started my family, which is awesome because now I have my incredible wife. This is an old picture. I need to bring a picture of my son on here. But I got my baby boy Zion, my baby girl Lena, who's now 3 years old, and I even made it to Dubai last year, which was an incredible experience. So, entrepreneurship, business ownership gave me an opportunity that I could never have dreamed of. When I started my first business in college, I had no idea the journey that we were going to have, and the memories that we created along the way is some of my most cherished and favorite memories I could have ever had. So I had a blast. We continue to have a blast, and I'm so excited to enroll you guys into this new vision, into this new business, and give you the opportunity to essentially provide for your own families, for your own future, and take your life to the next level. So right now you may be wondering, well, what are some of the brands that you guys have watched? Actually, I'm reading the comments right now, and we have Mana. I'm always messing up names, but Mana, I've watched all your videos. Thank you. Lock, understand. Yes, guys, please drop your questions in here because we are going to be going on a Q&A by the end of this. So leave your questions. Just some of the brands. I wanted to put a lot more in here, but we were running out of time when I was creating this presentation. But some of the most notable ones, we got Mentality, right? I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Mentality, but they have over 5 million throughout their accounts. They're an athletic streetwear style brand. Met them back in 2017. Incredible young entrepreneur. It's like 22 right now, and his business partner John. Really cool people. We've been working with them since. They're massive. They think big and they do incredible stuff. We got New Life Kicks, who I met in college. I actually met him through the journey of starting my first business, and we've been working over the years, and he's going global with his product lines now. We also got big corporations like Bella Canvas, who we've been doing business with over the last 5 years, really helping them navigate the marketing, the branding, the positioning. And these are just some of the 3 most notable ones I could think of off the top of my head, but there's incredible entrepreneurships throughout our programs, like the FTGU app from the Ground Up Academy, and even subscribers on our channel that personally will fly out to Vegas to meet with us, right? And we don't always offer that opportunity, because sometimes people literally fly out and say, hey, I'm here. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, let's set up a time because you made the trip, right? So we work with a lot of incredible brands, businesses, and entrepreneurship over the year. And we've had an incredible time getting to see the journey and being active in that journey and helping them move to the next step. So that's a little bit about what we do. We've done YouTube, we've done business building ourselves, we have our studio, we have our team, and we also just love to help brands and businesses. How do they go from an idea to now scale it? So from here, I realized over the years, by working with all these brands, by working with all these businesses, I knew that there was a better way. I knew that there was a way that we could bridge the gap of how do you start to how do you scale? And sometimes starting is one aspect, and you take some start, maybe you have some roadblocks. So how do we help you scale and grow beyond that? And that's what this workshop is all about. So the 2 options that exist right now, I just want to kind of just lay the groundwork and foundation for what you guys are currently encountering. The first is, if you want to scale a business or you want to start to grow and scale, you're going to have to take one of these 2 options. The first option is you're going to have to buy expensive equipment. You're going to have to buy equipment in order to bring some of your profits down, be able to provide more products to your audience. But this is time intensive. It's expensive. It could range you 10 to 15 grand. And if you're not ready for that, it's the worst investment you're going to make if you're just getting started. But aside from that, you also need a lot of space. And then you'll realize that you actually need to spend a lot more time learning about the equipment in order for it to be making money for you. Now, the second option that there is that you try to figure it out on your own. And you try to figure it out and you just start buying all this random equipment. And then you're wondering how you're going to leverage that equipment to actually make more money. And then the equipment's off and you're not making any money with it. And there's no pathway to success or growth. And that also limits you in your ability to grow and scale. So what we're doing today is we're showing you this new method that we call the Street Crafter method. And the Street Crafter method not only helps you get started, but it helps you scale. And that's what this whole entire workshop is about. So let's break down what the Street Crafter method is first. What's so funny, Cody?
That's the picture of Medine you throw up there? Oh, man.
He told me, he said, hey, you can take a picture. And I'm like, I'm going to show it. Nope, don't show it to me. You can post it. He gave me permission to post this. So the Street Crafter method, traditionally the way business was done is if you wanted to, this example is an example of a jersey for a sports team for I want to say it was a little baseball team, little league team or something in baseball he was working on this morning. Traditionally, these teams would go to a print shop. That print shop would then say, hey, you need to give us 20 to 50 units and give us 2 weeks to turn this around. Your price point out the door is going to be $22. And so with that, it's a time delay. Now the person had to wait to get that order done, right? And they had to pay up front. And then there's also the customization ability, right? If you want to do full color, they might be charging you for every color. So this one has maybe 5 colors in it. So now it's a screen print, it's a higher cost. So the way that the Street Crafter method works is you're essentially going to be uploading art to create what we call press art. And press art is a sheet. And I don't know if we can get the camera angle over here, if that works or not. Oh yeah, right here. Press art is this sheet. And this sheet comes in a roll. And maybe you guys can get me a roll in the middle of this presentation somewhere. But press art is a roll. And with this roll, what you're going to do is you're going to cut out the designs that you need. So if you are, let's say you're doing a whole team design, and the team is just going to be this little logo and maybe some names and numbers. What you're going to do is you're going to essentially upload all of the art to the sheet. So this is how the sheets come for you. We've actually been using this one. But it's a 5-foot roll, right? So you're going to have 5 feet of designs. So whether you want to put some logos, some names, numbers, if you know it's going to be little Johnny, that's going to be number 64, you can add all that information into the upload designer. And then we're going to ship you this entire roll. And now all you have to do is cut it out like this. Then you apply it, you heat press it, and you peel it, and you get a finished garment. It's that simple. It's that easy. And for example, right here, we've been testing a couple different applications. Like you could put numbers. You could even get super creative with the print type. So this is like a jersey feel. So whatever you design in your art is how the print's going to come out. So the better you can design art, the better the end quality is going to be. But even if you're just getting started, as long as you have some art to upload, you can now print the sheet, essentially press it onto a garment, and you're finished. You have a completed product. Now, an example for this order, right? These are real numbers that got delivered today. So this was a 20-unit order that was pressed, and the 20-unit order ran the customer $17 per unit. It was a $340 order, and the cost to make, this is how much was actually put into it. Can they actually see my screen too? Okay, cool. And the cost to make this order with the supplies, meaning the press art and the sheet and the garment, it cost $180, which gave Medine a take-home pay of $160. And he did this in 20 minutes. He was literally right before we got on this call. He was pressing and he went to go deliver it. $160 in 20 minutes. That's the type of money that's available if you just let people know of what you're doing, what you're creating. If you show a sample to somebody like, yeah, I can knock this out for you. If you just record yourself doing a little bit of this, instead of like keeping it to yourself, just saying, hey, I'm making some art, and now you're promoting it. Somebody's going to say, hey, can you make me something? You know, we've always had that question, can you make me something? And it's always been really hard to make a personalized gift to somebody until today. So that's what we're sharing today. We're sharing that you can do this too, but you don't have to. It's not just limited to making to making merch for Little League and promotional products. It's not limited to that. You can use this exact same technology. You can use this exact same paper and equipment to make your own brand or print for other brands. You could become a supplier to brands in your neighborhood, to brands in your community. You could literally, if you're an artist, if you're a graphic designer, you could bring so much more value now because they don't have to go job it out to somebody. You could just make it yourself and resell it to them. So these are some examples of a member in our community doing incredible things. He's an OG street crafter, and he's really been killing it with his designs. He's been using press art to get super creative on hood prints, on things that are on the hood, things that are on the sleeves, things that are traditionally take a lot of time to try to craft on your own. He's now doing it in seconds. Now, I want to show you, I actually want to show how that works. So let me actually turn this on and see if this is good. Okay, it's going to take like a minute or two. But in the meantime, I just want to go ahead and just, once again, guys, if you're watching this right now, please drop your questions on anything you have about your brand, about how we can help and better assist you on this next journey. But press art, the street crafter method, is the way that you're going to not just get started, but you can start making money with it. And we're about to be diving into sales techniques, ways that you can attract new customers. And we got an incredible guest that's joining me in just a few minutes. And he's going to be diving into an incredible way, a wealth of knowledge. He's worked with hundreds of business owners and print shops, and he's helped them not just get started, but also scale. So if you own an Etsy shop, if you own a brand, this is your time to ask some questions so we can provide incredible value. And then we're going to deliver a special bonus to you before the end of it. So make sure if you have a question, you write it down so we can answer it in a few minutes. What I want to just make really clear is that all you need for this model to work. So you guys see Medine here, right? He had a press art, he had a garment, he had his hands, he peels it, the product is done, right? The order, the amount of potential that he could make per order is on average $160. Anywhere between 120, 160, you're going to be able to make in a few minutes, max an hour if you're just getting started. Now, you could do it for your brand, you could do it for other people's brands, or you could do it for promotional items. And all you need is blank apparel, meaning blanks that you can get off the shelf. So wholesale blanks cost anywhere between $250 to $6 for the basic stuff. If you're going more luxury, anywhere between $7 to $12. And you need some designs, and then all you need is press art. You just need the press art that you need to order, and it gets shipped directly to you, and you now become the supplier. So let me actually share an overhead shot here. Let's see. I think I've got to put it over here. So you guys can just see it in real time. This is one that I haven't ever tested this design, as you guys can see. I'm going to put it right here. Maybe the front will be something cool because we've just been using this all the time. So what you're going to do first is something called a pre-press. Now, just showing you guys how this stuff works so you guys can see and kind of like imagine how it can work for your brand and business. Now, with the pre-press, what it's doing is actually taking out all the moisture in the shirt. Okay, so if there's any issues with how it's actually going to peel, or sometimes questions come up like how durable is it? Everything is actually in the production. So if you're having issues with how long it's holding up or anything like that, it's because you didn't properly do the job at first. So pre-press, few seconds, 10, 15 seconds, takes the moisture out of the shirt. Now, once you bring your press art into it, you can iron it directly on there, or what we also recommend, and the reason that we can recommend like a Teflon sheet is that it allows the design not to stick to the bottom of the platen. But we can literally do it just like this. I'm just going to do it like this, and then we just push this little button, and now it's starting. Now we got 13, 12, 11, 10, 15 seconds. That's all you need. Firm to medium pressure, so just kind of like put your weight into it a little bit. Not a lot, just enough to like kind of press down as if you're holding a baby down. You know, like a baby's trying to like fight you for its diapers, and you just gotta hold him down just really nicely. Like, hey, get down there, Scion. Stop trying to roll around. You know, and then from that, what you're gonna see is this. This is actually a cold peel. Now, the reason for cold peel is that we just want to make sure that it's user friendly, right? Sometimes when you hot peel, if you don't have the technique down, you're gonna peel the art with it. So what we want to make sure is that everything is cold peel. This also gives you some time to start pressing another garment. So you can set this to the side, pile them up, and then at the end, you could just tear them all away. Now, all you're really looking for is for like a warm to like it not to be super hot. So let's see. Feels nice, man. Back here has been a little cold today. Yeah. So once it's a little warm, usually about 15, 20 seconds, then all you got to do is actually just peel it. And since this one is still a little hot, seeing it? Yep, still a little hot. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to give it a few more seconds. And if it does give you some issues like this is why cold peel is actually really good. Because you can see if you're going to be lifting anything. You see the colder it gets, the easier it starts to come off. So this one just needs a few more seconds. The glue is adhering to the shirt. Now that it's good, we're just going to tear it off, and you're good. So 15 seconds or so. And if you're worried about quality, because sometimes quality is a question, we say, hey, how durable is it? If you really want to lock it in, you can hit it one more time. Hit it one more time for 10, 15 seconds, medium pressure. It'll cure it to the shirt. It'll finish curing it. And guys, the quality output of this is literally as good or better than vinyl. I personally think it's almost as good as screen printing, but let's just show that example there. See that? It's a full color graphic. You didn't have to take any time trying to weed anything. You didn't have to create screens that now charge per color. And it literally feels as good as the screen print does sometimes. Like, incredible. Once you feel it, you're gonna be hooked on it. You're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe I haven't been doing this from the beginning, because this method here, what we call the Street Crafter way, makes it super accessible to start making money by printing from home. All you need is a very low expensive iron. You need some designs and press art, and you just need to go get some sales, close them, and now you can provide it. So with that all being said, I'm excited to bring our very special guest. We have Victor on. We have him in the panelist area. Okay, so we're gonna bring him on in just a minute. So let's go through some of the Q&As. We have, what do we got? How's the stability of the transfers? So the stability of these transfers is incredibly, blows my mind how incredible they are. And, not just because we provide them, but because I've been testing them since July of last year. We've put some through the wash. My wife can attest to it. We've thrown spaghetti on it. We've tried to rip it apart between every wash. We've even had like Alina drag it through the rocks outside, and it holds up like as good as screen print does. The shirt's actually getting holes. This is actually still holding up. So the quality of it is incredible as long as you press it the right way. Pre-press it, put it on there, peel it, and then if you want to secure it with the final press, you're never going to have any issues. So we got some really good questions coming. Do you have any advice on print on demand and how that can be scaled? Yes, we're going to be answering all of that in just a few minutes. We're going to be bringing on the man Victor to start this conversation with us. And then Carrie, how long do they last? I've had my shirt since July and it's still holding up really well. And it's on its 50th wash. I wash it maybe twice a week. And the shirt is falling apart. The transfer is really good. So guys, I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know. I wanted to show this to you because I know the potential for it because we've seen it, right? We've experienced it. We've sold it. I was at a gym and the guy needed some event shirts and he's like, hey, I need 40 event shirts. Can I get them next week? I'm like, oh yeah, perfect, done, easy. It was a 30-minute order, 40 shirts. It was $400, $450. We charged him we gave him a deal because he's one of my trainers. But that on its own got us into an event. It got us into a circle. So you can use printing t-shirts for others as a way to either A, get profit, B, get into a circle in the community of people that you want to be around. Because if everybody knows that, hey, you can customize stuff, you're going to open your network. You're going to open your net worth through that. And printing shirts is only one aspect of what you do. You're a creative, you're a designer, you're an entrepreneur. I'm sure there's so much more that you want to accomplish. We just want to get you in with your community and in with the people that you want to network with and in with your customers, right? We want to help ease the transactions. So some of the leads that are ready to close right now, and I guarantee you, because we've already been in touch with all these people that are literally starting to bring orders in now, and we're like, okay, might need to get a whole press operation, or we need to start giving orders to our community, right? So we got Spirit Swag for schools. We got event tees. We got small businesses that might just need some clothing for their employees. We got Little League sports, gyms, any gym you walk into, any CrossFit gym, charity drives, military units. Guys, if you're involved with military or know some military personnel, people that are in the military, every military unit needs to have a shirt, and they buy multiple shirts sometimes. So you can literally be the supplier to a whole military base. You just expanded your income streams incredibly well. You got police events. Police do all kinds of stuff in the community, and they always have swag for it. So be involved with your community, partner up with some of these opportunities, and get and close sales. Trade shows. There's trade shows that happen around America that don't have anything to do with apparel, but models need clothes. The chefs need clothes. The janitors need clothes. Everybody's looking for swag. There's so much opportunity there. You got promotional branding just for everyday businesses. Influencers that might want to start up their own clothing brand or offer a product. You can be their supplier and their partner. There's clothing brands in general. People that are starting and designing, they need somebody that can take the time to learn it and to actually master it and do it for them. Fantasy football, family reunions, bachelor parties, special gifting. There's so much opportunities for you to be able to close. Everybody is looking to buy custom products. There's literally a multi-billion-dollar market. I want to say it's a $24 billion market for personalized products in apparel specifically. And crafting as a whole is growing to a $60 billion industry in the next 5 years. So there's a big upswing in personalized products, and people want to do business with people, and people want to know that they're getting their stuff made ethically. So why not be that person that can supply you can make money on that transaction, and the world is just a better place. So let's bring on. So now the next topic that we want to start talking about is closing value. How do you bring value? How do you scale up a print on demand, or how do you scale this business model up? We're going to bring the man Victor on right now. I'm excited to hear from him. It's been about a week or two since we last talked.
Definitely. What's up? Can you guys hear me all right?
All right, let's unmute him.
Hello.
Hey, Victor. Let me
Yes.
close my... Oh,
I'm good.
Can you hear me? Oh, can you guys hear him? Okay, he can hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Can you guys hear? Okay, I can't. So
I can hear Victor, but you might want an AirPod.
Should I get my AirPods?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Victor.
There you go. Hey, this is live. That's why live stuff has all this value. All right.
Exactly.
Dude, thank you guys for having me. You know,
Victor, we got Tisha.
Ooh, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Amanda.
Look
Look at Amanda right there. Always backing me up. All right. So guys, I'm actually here in Vegas right now. There you are. I can hear you, John.
Sometimes when these speakers try to apologize, guys, give us just 1 second.
Turn your microphone off though on your AirPods, so you just listen.
Oh, so I should. Trying to turn these on. Okay.
Test.
Can you talk, Cody?
Yeah. Are you able to hear me, John? Are you able to hear Victor?
While John's doing that, how about you guys in the chat? Let me know where you guys are from.
My AirPods before I got on.
Where are you guys tuning in from? Where's everybody tuning in from? Let me know. Philly, Florida, Dallas, Oakland. What's up, guys? Jamaica. Look at that. Oh, Chicago.
We got India, Sydney, Missouri, London.
Yeah, look at that. Detroit, North Las Vegas.
Tisha.
Dude, John, I don't know if you know, I just happened to be in Las Vegas for the last 2 days.
I can turn on.
Victor, we're working on getting John to hear you.
Okay, all right. Let me know when he's back on.
Yep, I'm gonna mute his mic so you can just go ahead and take over for a second.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So this is the thing, guys. So right now I'm in a 3-day event. So I just finished. I jammed up here to see what I could give you guys some value, and it was 3 days of crazy learning and education that I spent for myself, because there's a big rule that I use, and then you guys can use it in your business. Education is the #1 thing that you guys can do to invest in yourself, right? So people often ask me, hey, what should I invest in crypto? Should I invest in real estate? Should I invest in my business? But before you guys look at any investment, the #1 that will pay you back the most is for yourself, right? So I was here at a conference, Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Con, 5,000 people. Man, he had Tom Brady, he had Mark Wahlberg, he had like some incredible speakers, marketing, sales, growing your business, Brandon Dawson, health, all that stuff. So, and I do that so I can keep my knowledge up, so that I'm able to inspire and help all our creators out there with it. So it's right here in Vegas, and so I'm super pumped to be here and give you guys some value. One thing, you're good, John?
I'm good. I can hear you now.
Awesome. I was just letting everybody know I'm actually here in Vegas, investing in myself and my own education. Growth Con. I rushed up here. It just ended right now, and a lot of incredible speakers. So what I want to do today is share with you guys, like, we want to do a lot of Q&A. All right, so you guys put your raise your hand, put your stuff on or your questions on the Q&A, so that we know, because I want to deliver exact value that you guys can take today and then you can apply right away, right? So, and I'm super impressed with whoever showed up here, because you guys could be doing other things, but you're investing in yourselves. So that's what I'm here to do, John. And thank you so much for having me, man.
Thank you, man. Victor, one of the questions that came up first was, how do you scale, let's say, an Etsy store? That was one of the questions.
So if I'm assuming, one thing I want to tell you guys, the quality of your questions will determine the quality of your results, right? So if you can add some context, it'd be awesome, because then I can give you more specific, right? But if by scale you guys mean, hey, how do I do more orders? How do I sell more? Then number one thing that you have to do, and this is not just for Etsy, guys, it is get attention and market. Okay, so for example, if your products are good, I'm assuming that, right? Because when it comes to scaling a brand, John, we got to look at the designs, we got to look at what you're shipping and all that. But I'm going to assume all that's great, right? And I'm going to tell you this story because we create some of the best machines in the industries, if not the best, because we have product of the year. But the reality is, if nobody knows us, then there's no way anybody can know that we have great products. So, and that's going to be true for you guys. So getting attention on your store, making sure that you have social media, that you have your all of your channels, YouTube. Look what John's done with his YouTube. Record your process on how careful you are with people's orders, how you're fulfilling and all that, and it will all backfeed into your store, right? And then Etsy's super specific, right? You want to follow these trends, you want to look at what's selling, and then model it. Don't copy it, model it. And there's always a huge rule, and whoever has notes down, model who's doing it big like you want to do it, and it's already successful in the path that you want to take, right? That's the number one hack, and I learned that just from some of my mentors as well that I model.
Incredible, man. And then one of the questions that somebody had, which was pretty good, and this really has to do with what your business model's around, which is print on demand. Some people are looking to get into the print on demand. So let's say they start the Street Crafter with, what are some ways that they can now, maybe they're getting 1,000 shirts at a time and it's every day. What are some methods or ways that they should look into investing some money in order to create like a higher income stream? And it's actually an echo, so it's really bothering me. Sorry.
That's a great question, guys. So as you start scaling, I'm gonna start with something that's really important, right? And we're gonna give you guys some access. We're gonna give you guys a link later on for some training stuff. John's gonna go over. He has a link. But the main thing you want to do as you scale, you want to look at, okay, am I set up? Because there's two ways. You can start doing your own orders by having your own equipment, right? That's one way. Or you can figure out, can I outsource still and get the profit margin that I want? Because I want you guys to start thinking about profit versus just gross revenue. Like, what are you getting? Profit means, like, what are you keeping at the end of the day? And make sure you're doing your numbers, right? So to scale your operation, I don't want you to scale while you're losing money, right? So you want to know, how much am I making if I outsource? How much am I making if I'm actually doing it myself? And do I have the space and everything to do it myself? And then lastly, anything that you do, get the consultation, get the training, get the investment in on actually what you want to do, so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, and then you're making the right decision.
That was awesome, man. I love the way that you answered that question, because it really has to do with how much money are you. So like, we just showed you potential profits if you're going to be doing it on your own, if you're going to be working it from home. What do you do with that, with that reinvestment, right? Are you going to go and spend it on a new watch or a new car. Like you could if you need a car, but if you want to reinvest it into yourself and into the business, that's where you take your profits and you reinvest it into things that you know are going to help either create automation, save you time, or hire an employee. That way you could start to actually not just make money and then have to spend all the time servicing that business, but you could start scaling it. And I think what's one of the important things that I also learned from like Victor over the years is the ability on, like, at first a $20,000 or $50,000 machine may not make sense for you. All right, it may not make sense for you the next year or two, maybe in year 3 or 4 when you have some orders coming in. But Victor, can you talk about how equipment and investing into your business can help you make more money, even though it may look like you're spending a lot more upfront?
Yeah, that's a great question. See, the thing is, and I love what you're doing, because when we get a lot of people that call and they want to get into their equipment, right? And what we do is we're not here to sell you equipment. We've been here 18 years, and our mission is to help you grow and scale through print on demand, right? So where you start is really important. And that's why I love what you're doing, because you're telling people, hey, figure out, sell some stuff, order it from others, right? Go to Street Crafter, order it, and then from there, as you scale it, then it's time for you to start calculating, when do I take that in house, right? Because let me put it to you like this: our babies are always the prettiest ones, right? When we do designs. When we do stuff, people love, like you love your own stuff, but it doesn't mean somebody's going to buy it. And then the number one thing that you can do is throw it up online, test it, see who's going to buy it. And then now you can start doing numbers. So for example, let's say you throw up a design and you end up selling, 10, getting 10 orders a day, right? Now you can say, hey, I'm getting 10 orders a day, times, 30 days. Like now I know that I can afford what the next phase is, right? And the next phase has to be, hey, educate yourself, and then equipment, right? So you have to start somewhere, especially if you haven't done it. And starting by having others fulfill is a great way.
Incredible. And right now I also want to just go ahead, because I know that we promised everybody in this community this training was going to be somewhere around 45 minutes to an hour. So we're going to be wrapping up with some of the calls, with some of these questions. But before we leave, I want to go ahead and let you guys know, I promised you guys a special offer, a special bonus here for everybody that stuck around. And that special bonus I want to go ahead and share right now on screen. So this, obviously you guys have taken some offer, and like I mentioned earlier, I said you're going to have 2 options, and there's always 2 options that you're going to get in life. You're either going to A, keep dreaming about what you're going to do, or B, you're going to take action. And the 2 options, the 2 paths can lead you, and it could look like this. In this training we just delivered, how can you get started with little to no money? All right, the resources, we're going to link them in the chat. Make sure that you the team behind us can send the streetcrafter.com link, so you guys can actually take a look and order your own press art, order your own supply, so you can start making money and doing it from home. So that is automatically cleared. You guys can get started. You guys can start working. But then the other option that you have is, okay, I really want to be invested into this. I really want to go ahead and actually take full advantage of what everything this can become, right? I want to get myself involved with a community of people that are all thinking the same way, right? When I started, it was everybody saying that it wasn't going to work. I should just stay in school. I should just stick to a full-time job. So if you have that type of circle around you, it's important that you start to surround yourself with people that are going to be actually lifting you up and encouraging you across the process and giving you tools and solutions for you to succeed. So that offer is the offer that we want to share. Now, most of the time, all of my programs, any program that I've had, is usually all through either a 1-year type of commitment. So what we're doing for everybody today, let me go ahead and pull this up. Where's that? What we're going to be doing today, guys, today only for the next 48 hours, is we're actually going to have, Victor is hosting an incredible event next week, right? And next week is a live event. It's a live event where you're going to be really surrounded by high-level entrepreneurs. You could join it virtually or in person. And at this event, you're going to be getting hands-on training in marketing and business and actually printing, whether it's embroidery, whether it's heat pressing, whether it's DTG printing. You're going to get a full hands-on experience of what this is all about. And then you're also going to get steps and tools to actually not just start, but to grow. Now, in addition to this event, right? If you guys go ahead and take us up on the offer, we're going to be dropping the link to the offer in the chat. So make sure you guys take a look at that offer as I share it here on screen. That offer is going to look like this. So we're going to have, it's a 3-day event, right? Victor's hosting a 3-day event in Irvine, California. So if you're from California or if you're not from California, you can still get access to all of these bonuses that we're about to share with you. Now, once you purchase your ticket, right, that ticket is going to get you access to that 2-day event or 3-day event. If you purchase the 3-day event, it's going to be a Sunday on a yacht, on a boat. We're all going to be networking. I'm going to personally be there. A couple of, like, everyone that is probably on this call. We want to make sure that you guys take the opportunity to go down there, really connect with everybody. It's an incredible time. In addition to that, once you buy your ticket, you're also going to get access to our academy. Now, in our academy, we have trademarking. How do you trademark your brand? I saw some questions in there about product costing and how do I source for materials. We have all that as part of our academy, which we're going to be dropping this as a bonus. Okay, this is a $2,700 value. It's yours for free by purchasing an event ticket. Now, we're also going to give you access to the FTGU app membership, which is a community that's going to support you on a weekly basis. Now, we're starting up the boot camps and the trainings again in March. So we're essentially, it's a community to really support you guys from start to finish. So you're always supported in what you're doing. So we're not just going to give you something and say, hey, go research it, do it on your own. This is a place where you can actually come to every week and you can get your questions answered. You can also learn about new topics that you may not know about in the industry. We're also dropping in an apparel blueprint resource list, which is a $300 value, and an apparel playbook, which is a step-by-step guide. We just created this playbook. All of this is a $300 value. So the value with all of this together, somewhere around $4,000, $4,000 in bonuses that we're offering, guys. And in order to get access to these bonuses, all you have to do is email your receipt of purchase to Yada at the Santos Studios, and you guys have full access. And all you got to do is buy a ticket to this event. And Victor, can you tell everybody a little bit more about what this event entails and what we're going to experience? Because this event is probably one of the best deals I've seen, like, anywhere in the industry. So that's why I want to make sure that you guys get access to it.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, John, for the opportunity to serve your audience, and you guys. The reality is, after 18 years, we've been able to dominate because of education, training, and coaching, and then just building a community, because it's not just about what equipment you buy. It's about being able to market, being able to sell, being able to scale your business through your teams, right? And then get the hands-on training that you need, whether it's direct to garment, whether it's direct to film transfers like the press art, whether it's embroidery. We are experts in our craft, and it's one of our core values. And then we want to bring that to you so that you can take all of that knowledge that we have and then just shortcut it.
Incredible. Good. Guys, and this value, like what we're talking about, you guys just saw, we're throwing in all of our bonuses, right? So by you clicking on that link, which is now active in the chat, making sure that you guys get access to the bonus page too, so you can review exactly what you're going to be getting. This event that's happening next week, in addition to all the bonuses that we're throwing for you, is one of the best deals you're ever going to get from us this year. Hands down, the best deal. I don't usually do this. All of my products are always priced at full price. We never give discounts to anything. Very rarely do we do promotions because we like to keep the quality of people that are ready to take action. So by taking action on this event, you don't have to be just in California. I mean, if you're there, if you can make it there, it'd be incredible to meet you in person. And there's going to be hundreds of people that are going to be at this event. It's going to be such a good time. It's going to be worth your trip. But if you can't make it because you're in a different country or something happened, there's still a virtual workshop. There's still a virtual ability for you to join. It's a 3-day workshop, guys. And watch, check this out. This is what you're getting from Victor. You're going to be getting a print money 5-pillar system, which he's valued at $997. Live hands-on DTF transfers. This is how you're going to be able to start printing from a machine. So this press art that we started making. You're going to be learning how the machines operate and how you can potentially, if you start to get the volume, how you can invest and make money with it. Live hands-on DTG, embroidery, success with heat press, a marketing program, a sales program that they're going to be executing on and showing how you can go and get and close more sales, an e-commerce training to really build out your stores, and a shop workflow training. Now look, he valued this at $9,000, and you're going to be getting it all for $349. Okay, guys, $349 for a 2-day event. If you want to get the VIP, which would be awesome to hang out with you guys and drink some mimosas on a boat on Sunday, that starts at $6. You can get your ticket for $649. And again, this is a 3-day event happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you sign up for the $650, Victor's giving his bonuses, and we're giving you all of our bonuses, which we shared in the link right here. So guys, this is the best offer that we can offer this year. I'm so excited to be able to see you guys. And Victor, can you, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the group about what we can expect next week?
Yeah, definitely. So, dude, first of all, one of the main things that you guys have to do, especially in 2023, we all know that we're going to have to grind and work harder, right? But I would rather work smarter and get the shortcuts from people that have already done it than try to figure it out on my own. That's why I'm here. I invested a lot of money to be in this event here in Vegas. And so I figured, like, we have to charge something because
What's going on? Is he cutting up?
you guys grow. Am I frozen? Or am I
hear you now? Oh.
We got you back up, Victor.
Okay.
You were frozen for a short amount of time.
Yep, we're live, right? So I'll make it quick. You know, the I don't know where you guys lost me, but what I was saying is the $349 is a great investment. $649 even better because you get to be in the room with people that are doing it big where you want to go, right? And it's not about the money for us; it's about the relationships. And the reason why we bill and we charge is because you guys will show up when you pay, because you'll follow your money, you'll follow your investment. And then we always over deliver in our events. And that's my promise to you guys. We're going to teach you about marketing. We're going to teach you about sales. We're going to teach you about when it is to be like when you have to buy equipment, when it's better for you to outsource. And then super important, you're going to be around people that are doing it. So I hope to see you guys there. They're going to put the link in the chat. There's no other offer that you're going to get so much value. John's throwing in a whole bunch of stuff. We're throwing in a whole bunch of stuff. And it's for you guys to grow, to pour into you, build relationships with you guys, and then see you succeed. So the link is right there on the chat. And I'm sure I'm not sure if you send out recordings and stuff, John, but I'm sure we'll email you guys too. But hit
Yes.
that link because we only have 50 spots for live. But if you guys can't make it virtual, we do a great job virtually too.
That's 50 spots to join us live. I hope that all the 50 spots can be taken up from this group. And then you guys can also join virtually. So that's literally, you guys can access it from anywhere. And again, the offer that we have for you guys is an incredible special offer that I've never offered it to anybody. Next week's event, live or in person, get access to the bonuses that we offered, which is the Academy, it's the FTGU app, it's the apparel game plan, the blueprint, it's all of the foundational videos, it's the course list, it's worksheets. We have everything packed into this. And all of that's a $3,000 value. We have Victor's value of his time, his expertise, as well as their blueprints. thousands of dollars to help you grow, and you can access everything for $349. You access all of our products, bonuses with Victor, and for the next 48 hours, for the next 2 days, part of the bonus was only 6 months of the academy. We're gonna up it to a year. So if you purchase within the next 48 hours and email Yada at the Santos Studios, which we're gonna give a recording replay for you guys to be able to see it. We're gonna send everybody a link. So with that link, you guys can access this information. Make sure you take action in the next 48 hours so you can get access to everything for a year. Because if you purchase after 48 hours, you'll still have access for 6 months. But I really love to see you for the next 12 months and see how you're progressing and see how you're building and growing. And again, guys, if this offer isn't for you, you're not ready to commit to that, but you just watched us and we just trained you on how you can actually start your branded business with literally low risk investment. You can start putting money in your pocket and you can start providing for your family and start growing this business. So we appreciate all of you guys watching. Would love to answer any questions that you guys may be having. Okay, we got a couple questions. So we got, how do I network and make connections when I live so far from the industries and major cities that are privy to the fashion industry? What are the best wholesale companies for my book? Okay, so there's a networking and making connections when I live so far from the industry and major cities. This is really where events like what's happening next week come into play, guys, because a lot of times you may not be in the cities that have all of the traffic and opportunities. But when you get around with people that are on a live workshop with you, that are there, that actually paid to attend, they're in a position that are more willing and ready to actually network and do business. Sometimes when you get into the free stuff, you got people that are just looking around, that are just interested and not really ready to take action. But I tell you, whenever I've paid for anything, I've gotten the most value from it. I've met the best relationships with the best incredible, like they understand where you're from, right? And they're not afraid. They're willing to open up their Rolodex. They're willing to help you. They're willing to do anything for you because you guys are all in the same boat. So if networking is an issue, it's events like this that are coming up next week. Take advantage of them because you're going to get the most value of them and you're going to be able to really start to grow your business. And we just linked all of the offers in the bottom, guys. Again, we're going to be doing, will the event be recorded? If one of the questions is, will the event be recorded if you pay for virtually? Will the event be recorded and available for people that watch it, Victor? Or is a replay for next week's event going to be available?
So this is a live workshop because there's a lot of Q&A. So we always try to make stuff available. It just depends on these. It's not like it's a structured 1 hour or 2 hours. This is like a lot of hours. So the main thing for you is the most value that you want to get is get in there and then ask your questions, get selfish, get greedy, and then the things that you want to know, the value that you want to get, you should get it live, right? So. That's my number one thing. I honestly haven't decided if we're able to chop it and cut it. Then we might do an offer for the recording. But as of now, we're just doing it as a full workshop live. So it's better if you guys show up. You're gonna get the most value. And John, I'm always crazy about over delivering to people. So I think it's the best way for anybody to show up.
Most definitely, guys. If it's 3 days, so it's a full schedule. It's packed. It's 10 to 5, right? It's like 10 to 5 p.m. So it's a full day, guys. You guys aren't just going to be sitting there and just kind of like talking to each other. It's a legit full day training, and there's going to be some special guests that arrive, people that are going to be bringing in different knowledge from industries that are related. There's a lot of opportunity for you guys to really learn virtually, and it's 3 days. So it's literally hours of content, and it's really hard to be able to replay that kind of thing since it is a workshop and it's not just like a speaking event. You guys aren't just going to go there to get motivated and to come out and be like, hurrah, I'm ready. And then you're not taking action. You're literally being given a business. Okay. You're going to be giving your business foundation for the next year, possibly 2 years. You're going to have your blueprint for you to go. And then all the bonuses that we give you guys are going to support you through that time. So we're here. I'm making the investment of putting this up for you guys because I want to bring you guys into our community and show you what is possible. Because my goal is 100 million entrepreneurs globally, right? So we need to start with Carrie. We need to start with Arthur, who's here. We need to start with all of you guys who are watching us live, so you guys can go out and indoctrinate others. So one of the questions is, what is the VIP purchase offer? That offers the yacht, right? So that's a Sunday networking event. Can you talk a little bit about that one?
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question. So day 1 and day 2 is learning. It's heavy in marketing, sales. It's heavy and hands-on, how to achieve the best prints, right? But I always I want to have a layer of real networking and connection. And then since we're right there in Newport Harbor, by the beach, I'm like, let's get a boat and let's get all the VIPs to network together. Because what happens is, let's say I bring somebody that has a huge fulfillment center and they have all the knowledge and they came from zero. Guess what? That's who you want to know. That's who you want to get to know. And it just so turns out that everybody, you're never going to get hated on by anybody doing bigger things than you. So when you network with people that are doing bigger things, guess what? They're going to share the information on how they did it. And that's why you want to build these relationships. And my main job is to try to create an atmosphere where you guys can get together and then learn from each other and grow together, right? So day 3 is just hanging out, okay? And that's what you're going to get.
Awesome, guys. So you guys can see right here in the schedules, day 1, February 24th. So if you're, for the 48-hour bonus, we had a question come in, 48 hours, you're not able to buy until Monday, email Yada at the Santos Studios, and we will, since you were live on this call and you're live with us, email Yada at the Santos Studios with the request, and we will make sure that you get the offer for the full year. If anybody watches this after the 48 hours, you're still getting the 6 months bonus of From the Ground Up Academy, FTGU up, plus all those bonuses are still going to be included, plus this event that's going to be live next week. So the event day 1 starts on Friday at 10 a.m., right? So there's a whole workshop, there's a whole training, live Q&A. There's going to be people that are, yes, one of the questions that came in too was, are there people that are going to be queuing answers from the virtual? Yes, there's somebody that's moderating, and everybody's going to get a chance to be answered questions and to collaborate with the people that are that are in the room as well as on the stream. Day 2 also starts at 10 a.m. and it's a full day, guys. It's literally a full day training, live workshop that's happening. And then day 3 is that bonus event that we're talking about. It's that VIP networking event. It's where you get to really collaborate and learn from people in a not so structured format, more free flowing. Deals can be done, businesses can be created. So much happening there, and that's why I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of this opportunity. Ooh,
awesome.
Is there any other? So last thing, if you guys have any questions, remember it's Yada at the Santos Studios. 48 hours. We're giving you guys a bonus that we were just talking about, which is FTGU Academy. It's everything that's included with Victor's offer. So we have all of this stuff here that is going to be available to you guys. Academy bonus. You're going to have access to the full thing for a year if you order in 48 hours. The FTGU app membership. You're going to have Apparel Blueprint and the Apparel Playbook. Remember, Yada at the Santos Studios, and any questions that you may have about this, you can send them over to her and we will be in touch. But that pretty much wraps up this training, guys. It was a really good time. I really appreciate every single one of you guys that joined us live today because you took time out. Victor, thank you so much for joining us on this stream because this was an incredibly valuable stream, and now they get to put a face to the man behind Omniprint. And Victor's an incredible mentor to us too. Like, I've known him over the years and he's always provided so much value to me, to my family, to our community, that this is why I enjoy collaborating with people like him, right? I enjoy doing business with people like Victor because these guys are truly about what they say, and they're out here building empires, and they're helping other people build empires as well. So become a part of this community, become a part of what we're building, because this year we're taking everything to new heights. StreetCrafter.com gives you the ability to start placing your orders with no minimums. You can just literally place whatever you need and start doing business. and we're making it easy. And with Victor, we're going to be working with you guys to help grow and scale your operations and your businesses. So whether if you're doing it for your own brand, or if you're doing it for other people's brands, or if you're just looking to make an extra revenue stream, this is an opportunity for you guys here in 2023. And I'm so grateful to be able to work with you guys. Reach out to us on Instagram. It's John X Santos. And then we also got Victor's, let's drop our Instagram links in the chat, and then follow up with us if you guys have any questions.
Definitely. Thank you so much, John, for having me. You know, guys, there's always so much Q&A, and I love just bringing value, and we'll do a lot of that in the event. And I'll leave you guys with this, right? For you guys that might have not been here earlier, or what, you know, you will always have the most power when there's proximity, right? So proximity is, who are you hanging around with? Who are you with? Who are you going to courses with? Who are you networking with? You know, John is super high mindset guy. You know, and that's why we collaborate together. That's why I'm always here when he calls and needs anything, and vice versa. So you want to build relationships like that. And in this year where people think there's going to be doom and gloom, we're focused on what we want. We're focused on what we want to get out of this year. We're focused on growing, scaling, and helping you guys grow and scale your business, because our mission is to empower business owners globally to thrive with print on demand. And you know, that's super important. So all of the stuff that we do on a Friday afternoon, or actually Friday night here in Vegas, where everybody's partying and drinking, we're over here, you know, helping you guys, because that's our mission. So thank you so much for having me, John. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in Cali or virtual for the workshop on the 24th.
Thank you guys all for joining. And remember, take a look at your email that's going to follow up this training. We're going to have a replay just in case you missed anything and want to review something. 48 hours, take advantage of the bonus that we're going to give you for the rest of the year. It's Yada at the Santos Studios if you have any questions, and follow us on Instagram, which are now linked in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys who tuned in today. I'm excited to take your brands and businesses to the next step and to the next level. This is going to be a crazy year. It's going to be really fun, and I'm excited to bring you along for this journey. So let's get it, and I'll see you guys on the next YouTube video that we launch.
Recording